गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः सीताय पतये नमः सीताय पतये नमः. Last week we concluded one part of the story, and this was when Bharat has gone back to Ayodhya. He places the sandals in place on the throne, and taking the guidance from the sandals of Sri Ram, he runs the kingdom along with his brother Shatrughna, and at the same time maintaining a lifestyle outside the kingdom, living in a hut like Sri Ramchandra ji, wearing the bark clothes, having the jata on the head, eating only herbs and fruits and tubers, living a very, very frugal life like that of Sri Ram, Lakshman and Sita. That was his sacrifice and an expression of love and dedication towards his brother, who is himself none other than Lord Narayana. And so, and this way, towards the end he said, Ganayam Devasaneva Ramagamana Kankshaya Sthito Ramarpita Manaha Sakshat Brahma Muniryatha. And he said, here it says, in this way he waited the period of exile, which is 14 years, and each day counting in the remembrance of patiently but eagerly, he fixed his attention on Sri Ram and spent his days like a truly attained sage of the stature of Brahma. And last week I remember I said, this should be how we must live. We don't know when the Lord is going to come and present himself. In fact, he is presenting himself every moment, but we are not available to it. So what are we waiting for? We are waiting for that transformation in our vision. When will that vision get transformed? Any moment by grace. So we should be ever alert, focused on the divine, and eagerly, hungrily wait for that transformation to happen, and automatically all other parameters, the vivek, the vairagya, the control of senses, the control of mind, everything will happen. You don't have to worry how. It will happen. You just inculcate a deep desire to transform, to be one. Instead of being the individual, you want to be the infinite. Have this desire, because that is your true nature. And therefore, why should I live less than what I am? So if I continue in that direction, things will start falling in place. And now a new episode begins within this chapter, and that is the movie moves back to the Chitrakoot. Ramastu Chitrakootadrau vasan munibhiravrutaha Sitaya Lakshmanenapi kinchit kalamupavasata नागराश्च सदा यान्ति रामदर्शनलालसाः चित्रकूटस्थितं ज्ञात्वा Sitaya Lakshmanena Cha. Meanwhile, here in Chitrakoot, surrounded by sages and hermits, Sri Ram spent some more days with Sita and Lakshman. Vasan Munibhir Avrataha. Hearing about Sri Ram's dwelling in Chitrakoot with Sita and Lakshman, the inhabitants of nearby towns, villages, and hamlets always used to come with a desire to have his holy darshan. Nagarashcha Sadayanti Rama Darshana Lalasa. This Lalasa, this earnest, deep longing to see Sri Ram. This earnest, deep longing to see the Divine Lord or to see the self as I actually am. This should be there always. Then you are always in satsang. Whether outside satsang is happening or not happening, it doesn't matter then. Whether you are studying scriptures or not studying scriptures does not matter. But you are in satsang then. Drishtva tajjana sambadham ramastatyajatam girim dandakaranya karyam apyanuchintayan dandakaranya karyamapyanuchintayan anvagat sitaya bhratra yatre'rashramamuttamam sarvatra sukha samvasam janasambadhavarjitam. Sri Ram left that mountain where when he saw the daily crowd as well as on consideration of the very purpose of his coming to Dandakaranya forest, which was to kill the demons and Ravana, to free the earth from their burden as well as to provide his divine glimpse and consequential emancipation to all sages, hermits and ascetics who had been doing severe penances and austerities, waiting for the moment when the Lord will come and meet them. So, why Ramchandraji is leaving? Because now it is becoming a burden. To whom? Not to Sri Ram, but to the earth. Because so many people are coming, they are making new ways through the jungle, destroying the plants, plucking the fruits, etc., etc. The whole ecosystem gets disturbed when so many people are coming. And therefore, and second reason was he paritranaya sadhunam paritranaya. So he came to bestow his blessings and protect and save and give them the darshan. To whom? To the sadhu. And also vinashaya cha dushkritam. That third part is not done yet, and therefore he has to move away from Dandakaranya. He has to go deeper into the forest. He was on the fringes. Chitrakoot is not in the middle of the Dandakaranya, or is it? It is in the middle. Which Dandakaranya starts somewhere from Vindhyachal mountains it starts. Yeah, it is in the middle. Chitrakoot is in Nasik. So we are already quite a few hundred kilometers from Vindhyachal. It's the entire, from Vindhyachal mountains, which is on the banks of the Ganga, it starts. From there till the south, it is the complete India is a plateau. And Deccan Plateau, correct. Deccan Plateau. And here, so he moves away from there, thinking that the last part is still yet to be achieved, and thus starting from there, he went along with Anvagat Sitaya Bhratra, along with Sita and the brother Lakshman, and Yatre'rashramam Uttamam, and came to Sage Atri Muni and Anusuya. Atri Muni and Anusuya, these are they are great sage, and how do you call sage in a female? Sagey? Sage and sagey. And Anusuya was the she's the one who asked when the three gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, came to her because their wives, they always do something when the wives tell them that because when they asked Naraji, you have moved around the world so many times. You tell me, no, they overheard their husband speaking the praises of Anusuya. And they felt, who is this Anusuya so great? We are creators, maintainers, and destroyers, their wives. How can Anusuya be greater than us? And then when they asked Narad Muni, he said, yes, Anusuya is the greatest. And then they come back to their husband, they said, Acha, how do you, what do you call, how do you prove that she is the greatest? So all the three, then you tell us how she's the greatest. So all the three wives, they tell the husbands, and the husbands go down to Anusuya when Atri Muni was not there in the ashram. And they asked Anusuya, and they changed their forms into sannyasis. And when they took their form in the sannyasis, they said, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, 3 times. Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, please give us something to eat. So Anusuya came out and she said, yes, what can I give you? We want to drink what is that? We want to drink your milk, and we want bhiksha, sorry, not this milk. We want bhiksha, but you should not be wearing any clothes. Something like that, she said. And she was a great tapaswini. She was a great, she has done great penance. She's a great realized master. She thinks, if someone says like this, cannot remain alive in front of me. And these three are telling that we want bhiksha when you are naked. We will not take bhiksha from you when you are wearing clothes. How come that having said these words, they are still standing in front of me? And in that one moment, it doesn't take too long. We think, close our eyes and keep thinking, what is the phone number? What is the phone number? No. She closes her eyes and immediately she sees who they really are. She sees them as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. And then she opens the eyes. Immediately she says, yes, I'll give it to you. Now she knows what their identity is. And she says, yes, I'll give it to you. But I have a request. And they said, what? She says, I will give you clothes without wearing clothes. But you have to become kids. You have to become babies. And I will give you my own milk. And they become babies. And when they become babies, she feeds all three of them. Suckles the milk from her breasts. And then then it becomes that 3 of them are there. So the 3 wives after some time come looking for their husbands. We sent our husband to Anusuya. What happened to my husband? My husband. What happened to my husband? Saraswati is thinking, Lakshmi ji is thinking, Gauri is thinking, Parvati is thinking. And when they come to Anusuya's ashram, they find 3 small babies there. 3 small babies. They say, oh, and they close their eyes and check, these are our husbands who have become babies. Then they realize that they had sent their husbands to test the chastity of Anusuya. And now, whatever the request was Anusuya was, the 3 gods had accepted and become the babies. And they said, no, but we can't leave you there. How will the world function if you are not there? This, that. And then each one of the 3 gods, they leave one part each of theirs with Anusuya, and the rest of and the main part of the god goes back with their wives. Then Anusuya has got 3 now. You all have 1 kid, that is difficult to handle. She had 3 boys, even more difficult. So she says, now what do I do? She says, can you become 1? They became 1, but 1 with 3 heads. Arre baapre, again another headache. Now how do I feed with 3 heads? So big issue. And then she says, no, I want a normal you. You can, then that child with 3 heads is called Dattatreya. You heard of Dattatreya. And then that Dattatreya, then he unmanifests his 2 heads, stays with her with 1 head, and whenever it is required by the devotees, when he gives darshan, he gives it with 3 heads. And in this manner, Dattatreya ji is a representation of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh together. The entire Datta Pantha is after that Dattatreya. The Natha Pantha, Natha Sampradaya is after that Dattatreya. And in this manner, so such is this our Anusuya and Atri Muni. Those who have come with me to Chitrakoot, we have been to Chitrakoot, and about 40 kilometers, 30 kilometers from there, Chitrakoot, maybe 40, 60 kilometers along the banks of the Mandakini is the ashram of Atri and Anusuya. We have visited that, and if you remember. And then where are we? Starting from there, he along with Sita and Lakshman came to the Sage Atri and Anusuya's hermitage, which was most excellent, that is most auspicious and suitable in ambience for spiritual pursuits, and was totally devoid of any habitation. That is, it was so absolutely secluded and lonely, but which was comfortable in all possible ways. And when you go there to that ashram, all around is only jungle. Chitrakoot is almost like a town now, but that ashram there is still like a jungle. And you have to go there to experience it. Gatva munimupasinam bhasayantam tapovanam dandavat pranipatyaha ramoham abhivadaye piturajñam puraskritya dandakananamagataha vanavasamishena dhanyoham darshanatava. Gatva, having gone there, Muni Upasinam, he went and sat at the feet of the Muni. He saw the sage sitting in his hermitage and illuminating the entire Tapovan. Muni, but here English is something else, but the meaning is Muni Upasinam. Upasin is to sit down. Upanishad, sit near. Upa asinam. Asin is to sit. So he went and sat near Bhasayantam Tapovanam, and sat near the Muni. Who was this Muni? Bhasayantam Tapovanam, whose radiance was filling the entire Tapovan. And in this way, Dandavat Pranipatyaha, Ramchandraji, Lakshman and Sita, all 3 of them, they dandavat pranam to the Muni, having gone near the sage, prostrated before him to pay respects, and said, Ramoham abhivadaye, and he introduced himself that I am Ram, and giving my respects to you. Piturajñam puraskritya dandakananamagataha. I have come to Dandakaranya, Dandakananam agataha. Agata is to come. Gacha agacha. Go and come. Agataha, I have come to the Dandakaranya forest as a which and my coming here was given as a puraskritya, was given as a present to me by whom? Piturajna, as an order from my father. And therefore vanavasamishenapi dhanyoham darshanat tava. And presently, even on the excuse of wandering in the forest, I feel extremely fortunate and privileged. Dhanyoham darshanat tava. I feel very, very privileged and fortunate that I have had your darshan. This should be our attitude towards all saints and sages, sadhus and mahatmas. Not you don't do namaskar to them for their benefit. We don't do namaskar to them for their benefit. They don't need it. We need it. We need the Ashirwad. We need their blessings. We feel fortunate if some Mahatma remembers our name. See? And our namaskar, our salutations, they should not be mechanical also. Do it with complete alertness, with the right attitude. Then it is helpful. Shrutva Ramasya Vachanam Ramam Nyatva Harim Param Pujayamasa Vidhivad Bhaktya Paramaya Munihi Vanyai Falai Krutatithyam Upavishtam Raghuttamam Sitam Cha Lakshmanam Chaiva Santushto Vakyam Abravit. Shrutva Ramasya Vachanam Ramam Nyatva Harim Param. Having heard the word, the Shrutva, having heard Ramasya Vachanam. Vachanam which case? Accusative case. Ramasya genitive case. Abhi tum पहुंचे नहीं हो वहाँ पे. Instrumental, then sixth one is genitive. So Vachanam and Ramam accusative case. So Shrutva Nyatva, that is, you have not done it yet. So Ramam Vachanam Ramasya Shrutva. So having heard the words of Sri Ram, the Ramam Nyatva, that Ramam will come this side. Ramam Nyatva Harim Param. He immediately recognized that this Sri Ram is the Lord Sri Hari, is the Supreme Lord Narayana. And the moment he recognized, imagine you are a sage on the earth and suddenly a human being comes in the form of, any human being comes and says, I am Ram, and you, because of your power, suddenly you see, Lord himself. What did he do? Pujayamasa vidhivad bhaktya paramaya muni. Immediately, Muni is Brahmana is a great sage beyond Brahman. And Ramchandraji is coming as a Kshatriya, 16, 17-year-old. That Muni does his puja. How? Vidhivad. Vidhivad means in proper manner. What is the proper manner? Shodashopchar puja. What is Shodashopchar puja? Dhyayami, Avahayami, Asanam Samarpayami, then Arghyam Samarpayami, Padeho Padyam Samarpayami, Achamaniyam Samarpayami, Panchamritam Samarpayami, Snanam Samarpayami. After that Snanam, then Vastram Samarpayami, Upavitam Samarpayami, Abharanani, all the ornaments Samarpayami. After that, Chandanam Samarpayami, Haridra Kumkumam Samarpayami. After that, when you have done everything now, sing glory, 108 names of the Lord. Pushpam Samarpayami. Then after that, Dhupam samarpayami. After that, Deepam samarpayami. After that, Naivedyam samarpayami. And after that, conclude. These are the 16 steps with which Vidhivat, how we should welcome a guest. Swamiji, if I do that, I'll be doing puja whole day, one after the other. So many people come to my house. Do it in your mind that Lord has come. If you have that attitude, maybe one day really Lord comes and gives you darshan. If you read the biographies of great masters, many times they just go there as a normal person. Person is not able to recognize. The host is not able to recognize. Like in Shirdi Sai Baba Pothi, it comes that someone said, one Baniya, one businessman, he came. No, Brahmin. He was a priest. He came and asked Shirdi Sai Baba, I want to invite you for food, for lunch. He says, go, I will come. Straight away he agreed. And he went. He made the food, puri, bhaji, kheer, halwa, all this, nice. And more than feeding, he was hungry now because all his wife has made and he's waiting. When will Baba come? And at that time, one old man came. Now, one dog came. He threw chappal at that dog and made him run away. I think chappal, or he took a stick and hit the dog. And the dog cried, gang. He went away. Then an old man, beggar, dirty, smelling, he came. He says, please give, oh great priest, I have not eaten for so many days. Can you please give me some food? He says, get away. This is a very auspicious moment. Baba is coming. Get out from here. And he pushed him away and he fell down and he started bleeding from his forehead. And he waited. 1 o'clock, 1 hour passed. Baba did not come. And this priest went to Baba's masjid and he said, Dwarkamai, not masjid, Dwarkamai. And there he said, Baba, why didn't you come? He says, I came. And when that priest went there, he saw people were applying some balm on his back. Someone was applying balm on his forehead where that old man had got hurt, where the dog had been hit by his stick. And he says, I came, but you hit me. This is how the great masters teach us to transform our vision. We are not creating any special circumstances, but here through the scripture, we can see that we can learn that we must be ever alert towards the divinity, eagerly, because that divinity is everywhere. When it can take what form, we don't know. Maybe it is coming to you all the time and you are just hitting and pushing it away. So here, pujayamasa vidhivad bhaktya paramaya munihi. Atri Muni, along with his wife, they did not miss that opportunity because they are evolved. Their vision is transformed. Vanyai falai krutatithyam upavishtam raghuttamam. And after having performed the worship of the Lord, then they welcomed the guest and gave them fruits from the forest as a refreshment. And he most devotionally addressed the most exalted one is Raghu's clan, Sri Ram, Sita, Lakshman, who were by then seated on a mat in front of the sage. See now, because they are, because he is coming, he has recognized he is a Lord. He is Lord Narayana himself. But Lord is in the form of human being. he doesn't forget that. He continues. So how did Sage Atri did the puja of Ramchandra ji? Now he is welcoming him inside. So how did he do the puja? He did it in his mind. Manasik puja. If not the physical steps, but in the mind he did the puja of Lord Narayana or Shri Ram. Because right now that Narayana, Lord Narayana has taken a human form and he is going to live in the Maryada, within the parameters of that human form. So he sits at the feet of Sage Atri. And Atri says, no, you are Lord Narayana, you sit up, I will sit down at your feet. Nothing like that. So Sita, all three of them sat at the feet of Sage Atri. Bharyametiva samvruddha yanasuyeti veshruta tapascharanti suchiram dharmajna dharmavatsala antastishtati tam sita pashyatva rinishudana tatheti janakim praha Ramo Rajivalochanaha Gaccha Devim Namaskritya Shighramehi Punah Shubhe Tatheti Ramavachanam Sita Chapi Tatha Karot. And then he introduces his wife, Bharyam me ativa samvruddha. He anasuyeti vishruta. Bharya means wife. Me ativa samvruddha is famous. She's famous by the name of, indeed, he anasuyeti vishruta. He means indeed. Indeed, she is famous by the name Anusuya, and she is very old. Tapascharanti, यहाँ पे बोलते हैं संवृद्धा, and she is old. Okay, and she is old. And tapascharanti suchiram dharmajna dharmavatsala, and she is a great tapaswini. She has been doing great tapascharanti. She has been walking the path of tapas. Suchiram, what do you call, penances. Dharmajna of various, what do you call, follower of the dharma, dharma vatsala, and very, very committed to the dharma. And in this way, and knows what is dharma, righteousness, ethics, morality, propriety, probity, noble conduct and thought, and has great respect for it, dharma vatsala, and has great respect towards the dharma. So not only she knows dharma, she also has great respects. Many people they know what is dharma. They can quote the scriptures left, right and center, but they don't have respect for it. There used to be one person in India called Naik. He was a Muslim fellow. He is a Muslim fellow. Now I think he's in Kuwait or in Malaysia. He was going to get, so he knows the Vedas inside out. He can quote anything, Gita, he can quote Ramayana, he can quote the Vedas also. Very, very smart and intelligent. But he is a Muslim and he also knows the Islam. And he quotes only that by which he can establish Islam is great. So he has not by-hearted the Vedas to know the truth. He has by-hearted the Vedas and the scriptures to prove that Islam is correct. Mood buddhi. So he has the knowledge but no respect for it, because if he had respect, he would be practicing it in his life. He would be focused on the truth rather than establishing which religion is greater. Vedas don't come under the purview of any religion. They are sanatan, they are eternal. Antastishtati tam sita pashyat varish nishudana tatheti janakim praha ramo rajiva lochana. Presently, the sage is saying that the Anusuya, she is inside the hut. O Sri Ram, let Sita see her. Because where Sita ji got the first knowledge from? She was born with lot of knowledge. But whatever. But once she was born, she had knowledge. Then she got the knowledge from her mother. Then she used to discuss the knowledge with her father, who was himself a realized sage. Then she got married to a realized husband. And now, after having met Bhardwaj, Valmiki, etc., now she has come here to Anusuya, and the sage Atri, he has a special purpose in asking Ram that send Sita inside to talk to the elderly Anusuya. Then the lotus-eyed Sri Ram said, all right, Gaccha Devim Namaskritya Shigramehi Punah Shubhe, and told Sita, oh, the auspicious one, go and pay your respects to Devi Anusuya and come back soon. Tatheti Rama Vachanam Sita Chapi Tatheti Rama Vachanam Sita Chapi Tatha Karot. And when Sita ji heard the words of Sri Ram, or the instruction of Sri Ram to go and pay respects to Devi Anusuya, she immediately agreed and went inside to meet Anusuya. One more thing that we can think here before, I don't know what is coming ahead, but I'm thinking loudly here. Sita ji has, in moment she came to know Ramchandra ji is going to Vanvas, immediately she had to leave her in-laws, who were like parents to her, and she had to move away into the jungle along with Sri Ram. So she wanted to serve her in-laws, Anusuya, Kaushalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi, Dashrath Maharaj. She did that for some time. But being of the character that she is, it is never enough. And now that she has moved away from the shadow of the elders, where she is walking bare feet, she is wearing the bark clothes, she is living like a hermit with no ornaments, with no jewelry and ornaments, no all the niceties of life. She is living a very hard life. Until now, they have been only on the move all the time. Chitrakoot, they were a little bit there, but every day so many people and Mahatmas were coming, so no time to reflect on, busy time. And now they have come to Anusuya, and Ramchandra ji is very intuitive. He knows that when she meets the elderly Anusuya, the wise Anusuya, the Dharmajna Anusuya, Sita ji would love to interact with her. Sita ji will feel very, very at home in the arms and at the feet of Anusuya ji. Because firstly, elderly, secondly, knowledgeable, Thirdly, respecting the dharma. Kausalya also respected, but she was more from the devotion point of view. And we see Kaikai, what she did, whatever the reasons. But here, Anusuya will not do anything like that. And Sita ji is very, very intelligent. She loves to discuss. She loves to, debate in all these things. What is right, what is wrong. And so that she doesn't get lost in that debate and discussion along with Anusuya, or she doesn't get lost in the emotions that she will feel when she is with Anusuya. So Ramchandra ji is telling her that Gaccha Devi Namaskritya Shighram Ehi Punah Shubhe. Please come back soon. Go and pay your respects and come back soon. He doesn't want to stop in any place. Sita ji agreed. Dandavat patitam agre Sitam drishtvati hrishtadhi Anasuya Samalingya. She hugged. Samalingya. Anusuya Samalingya Vatse Siteti Sadaram Divye Dadau Kundale Dve Nirmite Vashvakarmana Dukule Dve Dadau Tasmai Nirmale Bhakti Sanyuta. When Anusuya saw Sita lying prostrate before her like a stick, she was thrilled and filled with exhilaration and extreme delight. So she is not any woman. She is the one who recognized Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. So you think she will not recognize Sita ji, who she is? And seeing the humbleness of Sita, even though she is the Mahalakshmi herself, but lying prostrate at her feet, immediately she lifts her up and exclaimed, "Oh daughters, oh my darling Sita," and embraced her into her bosom. Anasuya Samalingya Vatse Siteti Sadaram. Then Divye Dadau Kundale Dve Nirmite Vishwakarmana. Our Anusuya, not only she shows dharma, she is a tapaswini. And she is a mother of Dattatreya, of course. She knows what is going to happen in the future. She knows. And she doesn't get caught up or doesn't engage here. Let's see what happens. But here, she picks her up and embraces her, and she gave her 2 earrings and 2 clean silk saris made by Vishwakarma, the artisan of gods, Vishwakarma. So, sari made by him. So, till now she was wearing bark clothes. Now she is going to wear a sari. And she was not wearing any ornaments. Now she is going to wear 2 earrings. Angaragam cha Sitayai dadau divyam shubhanana natyakshyate angaragena shobha tvam kamalanane pativratyam puraskritya ramam anvehi janaki kushali raghavo yatu tvaya saha punargruham. Now see the logic behind why does Anusuya not know that Sita ji is moving around like a hermit? She knows. Yet the auspicious lady Anusuya also gave Sita a divine, magnificent, auspicious Angarag and said, "O lotus-faced one, by smearing this angarag, a sort of herbal cream, on your body, its beauty and youthfulness shall never decrease or decay. Of who? Of Sita ji. Huh? Now remember, whatever you may do, and especially a princess, every day so many hours in front of the mirror, hairstyling and makeuping and ornamenting and all that she must be missing for so many months now. And that is in every child. Nobody teaches that young girl, but they love standing in front of the mirror and spending all the time. So Sita ji is also a girl. She's only 16. She also must be having all those desires, but alas, for 14 years she can't put anything. She can't wear any ornaments. I'm thinking that, Sita ji is thinking or not, I don't know. I am giving reasons. Anusuya also must have thought she is just married and it does not behove on a newly married girl to be so plain, huh? To be without ornaments, to be without any proper clothes. That could be another reason why she gave. And what has she given? She has given her the divine kundala, the earrings, and the divine sari. So, and she gave her a mascara, mascara or cream or something by which her skin will ever look youthful. पातिव्रत्यं पुरस्कृत्य रामम् अन्वेहि जानकी कुशली राघवो यातु त्वया सह पुनर्गृहम्. O Janaki, O dear Sita, you should always now she gives her instructions. First she gave her some present, now she is giving her instructions. You should always follow the vows of a loyal chaste wife and always follow Sri Ram. Let Raghav Sri Ram return home with all welfares along with you. It was a sign of warning. Warning in a positive spell, that you should think only about the welfare of Sri Ram. You should always follow Sri Ram, and you should go back with Sri Ram when after 14 years. You should not go back alone. Make sure of that. But that's exactly what she did not do. And she realizes that. So it was like a warning, but yes करके निकल गए होंगे आगे. भोजयित्वा यथा न्यायं रामं सीता समन्वितं लक्ष्मणं च तदा रामं पुनः प्राह कृताञ्जलिः. राम त्वमेव भुवनानि विधाय तेषां राम त्वमेव भुवनानि विधाय तेषां संरक्षणाय. नहीं, ये भी नहीं है. एक्सक्यूज मी. रामं त्वमेव भुवनानि विधाय तेषां संरक्षणाय सुरमानुषतिर्यदा यगादीन् देहान् बिभर्षि न च देहगुणैर्विलप्त त्वत्तो विभेत्यखिलमोहकरी च माया. After that, she systematically, that is in a proper way, served meals to Sri Ram along with Lakshman and Sita. Then she folded her hands and said to Sri Ram, O Sri Ram, after having created all the Bhuvanas worlds, you sustain and take care of them by assuming the various forms of different gods, humans and lowly creatures. Suddenly, out of nowhere, she is not recognizing Sri Ram only as the maintainer of the creation. She is recognizing him as the Lord Narayana, the Ishvara himself. Ishvara then expresses as the creator, maintainer, and destroyer. So here straight away, no mincing the words. O Sri Ram, after having created all the bhuvanas, Ram Tvameva bhuvanani vidhaya tesham sanrakshanaya suramanushatir yagadin. After having created the bhuvanas, the 14 lokas, the 7 in the lower world, 7 in the higher worlds, the 14 planes of existences, you created them. You are sustaining them or taking care of them and maintaining them. And how do you maintain them? That wherever, whatever is required, you yourself have become every person, every being, everything in those planes of existences. And then you yourself take special incarnation in order to bring about the balance in those various lokas. And take care of them by assuming the various forms of gods, humans, and lowly creatures. Everything from a amoeba to Brahmaji, everything is nothing but that Sri Ram or Lord Narayana. They are one and the same. Just like every wave is nothing but the ocean. The ocean alone is expressing through all the waves. The waves, even though having independent existence, it seems like that they cannot be without the ocean. When you are touching a wave, you are touching the ocean. Exactly the same way, when you are touching anything in this creation, living or inert, you are touching the divinity. When you are touching the inert, you are touching the divinity in the form of existence. When you are touching the living things, living beings, you are touching the divinity in the form of existence and consciousness. And when you recognize that divinity, you are yourself the Satchidanand Swarup, existence, consciousness, and bliss. And what are we living as? Pathetic. अच्छे noodles बने थे. Happy with one noodle. While everything is happening, our attention should be on the magnanimity of that reality, all pervasiveness of that reality, all inclusiveness of that reality, that effulgence of that reality, which is continuously, why should I say continuously, which is not other than your essence. It is only expressing out of you. देहान बिभर्षि न च देह गुणैर्विलप्तस्तत्त्वतो विभेत्य अखिल मोहकरी च माया. Now it is not that she is trying to show off her knowledge that she recognized Lord Narayana. This is for our benefit. Excuse me. But nevertheless, you are not attached or involved with, engrossed or indulgent in, or clung to those forms. That is, you are not at all affected by the various incumbent characteristic qualities or attributes of these various forms, nor do you identify your true self with them. You have yourself manifested as all the gods, humans, and every creature in all the 14 lokas. But you do not attach or identify yourself with any one of them. Are you doing that in your life? Are you all doing that in your life? I'm asking. Are you living like Ram? Oh, sorry. Are you living like what Mother Anusuya is telling? About Ram? Are you living like that? I'm asking, don't feel shy. Are you or are you not?
We are trying, Swamiji. Not to
She
get
said we are
attached.
trying. Anyone else?
We try, but time to time we sleep.
Time to time we slip. Anyone else?
We are, Swami.
Huh?
We are living like that.
Tell me how?
Like, whatever the duties are, we are performing without any returns or without the doership. Like, okay, this is my duty, I'm doing it.
My duty. No, it's not my duty.
ठीक है लगे रहो if that is working for you, good, very good, very good. That you are observing that that the duties are getting performed and you are not identified with your duties. But the moment you say duties,
My duties.
it did you say my duties?
Duties, Swami.
Good.
Then it's okay. Not my. But can you, are you able to decide, are you living with disidentification? Do you recognize that everything and everyone in the creation is nothing but the expression of divine? Or is expression of yourself?
At least it's an expression of divine at times.
At
When
times. Okay. For this very simple example on a daily basis is your consciousness alone expresses as the entire experience of the dream. Space, air, fire, water, earth, sun, moon, stars, infinity, finitude, people, animals, consciousness, inertness, minds of all the people, past, present, future, guilt, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, anger, greed, jealousy, hypocrisy, envy, arrogance, love, joy, tapasya, austerity, practices, realization, all this we see in dream, isn't it? Sometimes we travel to different worlds in the dream also. Are you attached to it?
No.
While experiencing it, you are attached. But what is your experience of every dream?
Just a dream.
The moment you wake up, you just drop it like that, isn't it? If you are attached to anything, you will never leave it. Simple rule. Whatever you are attached to, you will not leave it. You are attached to your husband, you will not leave him. And many couples are there. Even if the partner is abusive, still they don't leave. See? So the rule is, if you are attached, you will never leave that person. But that is how we think. Okay, our mind is thinking that way, that I am attached. Therefore, duty. But tell me, in life, what has stayed with you till today? Every night you have to get detached to everything to go to sleep. So are you attached to your family? Are you attached to your body? Or are you attached to sleep? It's only question of relativity. When sleep becomes more important, you are ready to dump the family, you are ready to dump the money, you are ready to dump the body also. Correct or not?
Yes.
And then when you are enjoying so much, the nature of the mind is such, when you have had enough sleep, you are regenerated, recharged, then you are ready to dump the sleep also. This is going on. This is going on. Those who have recognized that you cannot be attached to any damn thing in this creation. Cannot. This is only a figment of imagination that I am attached to my family, I am attached to my husband, I am attached to my wife, I am attached to my children, I am attached to my grandchildren, I have a sense of duty. Do it, all that is okay. Don't get attached. Then if I don't get attached, then what do I do? What Anusuya ji is telling. That either think that the whole creation is made out of, is an expression of the Lord, by the Lord, in the Lord, for himself, and you are the witness. And who's witnessing? The Lord from within you is witnessing the whole thing that you have concluded just now. That's the healthy way. That will lead to sanity. Any other way will lead to insanity. That is why we see all the mental problems in the world today. For small things, touch me not. Don't do this. But nevertheless, you are not attached or involved with, engrossed or indulgent in or clung to those forms. So even though you have created everything, just like your mind had created the entire variety in the dream, but at a moment's notice, it dumped it and woke up. Can we do that in the waking? Can we recognize that everything that is there in this waking creation, waking universe, is nothing but the projection of my mind, of the consciousness that I am? And how is that happening? The consciousness expressing through the mind is giving birth to this entire creation. That's what happens every morning. You have not slowed down in your mind to recognize it. That's all. Slow down a bit. Run all the time. You are not at all affected by the various incumbent characteristic qualities or attributes of these various forms, nor do you identify your true self with them. True self, huh? So for the drama, aham and idam are getting involved. For the drama, for the Leela, Ram is with Sita. But truly from within, the Supreme Self, the Ram himself, who is independent as the Narayana or as the Ishvara or as the Absolute Self, the one who is independent of Ram and Sita, he is untouched by Ram, he is untouched by the relationship of Sita, he is untouched by the coming and goings and happenings, nothing affects him. Yet he does the game, plays the game. Because the game is happening. And why is it happening? Akhilam moha karicha maya. It's happening because of the maya, because of the potentiality. Maya, which is capable of enchanting and keeping the whole world under its spell and its thrall, too is afraid of annoying and antagonizing you. In other words, who is the Lord? Who is the Ishvara? Who is Sri Ram? He is he who is having all the entire potentiality, the entire Shakti under his control. Who are we? We are those who are under the control of the Shakti. Meaning, under the control of our mind. Mind is our potentiality. Atma is also consciousness. Mind is also consciousness. Atma is without thoughts and mind is with thoughts. Consciousness with thoughts is mind. So what has happened? Consciousness with thoughts. If the consciousness becomes enslaved by the thoughts, by giving value to the thoughts, to the forms, to the qualities, to the attributes, to the past, present, future, variety, multiplicity, if the consciousness gives value and importance to it, it gets entangled. This you can appreciate. Whatever you give value to, you get involved in it. But what is your truth? Well, your truth is that every day waking dream sleep is coming and going and you are watching. So you are witness also at the same time. So you choose which one you are. Are you the involved one or are you the witnessing conscious? Are you the Atma or are you the slave? Which one are you? Choice is ours. So play the game of being a slave, never forgetting that you are the independent one. And how do you play? And once you have recognized that you are the independent one, then it's all a leela. Then there is no question of arrogance. There is no question of I am greater than the Shakti. No, that thought will not come to your mind. Because you know you are one without a second and you alone are expressing as the Ram and the Sita. So then whatever is required at that moment, in that particular instance, in that particular circumstance, that will happen. Because you are integrated from within. Without your thinking, if the child comes in front of you, the father comes out. You don't think, now should I bring the husband out or the father out or for the son out? Which one should I? There's no confusion. Is there? What role must come out of you? Are you confused? Why? You have accepted. When you accept that you are the source, you accept that you are none other than the infinite one, then the correct response will come out automatically. You don't have to think. Because you are all knowing then. You don't have to go through the process. अरे अब क्या बोलूं, अब कैसे behave करूं? नहीं. So that Maya which enchants and keeps the whole world under its spell, O Ram, it is afraid of you also. It behaves in your presence. So therefore, Sita ji is that Maya. Ramchandra ji is that Purusha. Ishvara and Maya. Purusha, Prakriti. Same, another word for it. Atma and mind. Consciousness and mind, or spirit and mind. So all our stories, the Shakti, the potentiality, she follows the Purusha. Prakriti follows the Purusha. So then our mind must follow the Purusha, the Atma. But where is it? Where is the mind? Where is the mind going? Outwards. It is not going towards the Purusha. It's not going towards the conscious self. It is going outwards. The moment it goes outward, it becomes multi-pointed and loses the plot. So with that, hey, you also have the book. Someone has the book with them. See if this is the last 92nd verse is the last one, or there's
Dhyana.
this
That's the last one. That's the last one.
the dhyan is for the next chapter, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So we'll conclude here. Simple. We can नहीं अगली बार ही पढ़ेंगे फिर. So in this manner, in those few words, Rama tvameva bhuvanani vishaya tesham संरक्षणाय सुरमानुषितिर yagadin dehan bibharshi nacha deha gunair vilaptastvatto vibhetya khila mohakari cha maya. Akhila mohakari cha maya, that maya which deludes Akhila, everything. She cannot delude you. She behaves in front of you, meaning she is ever focused on you, because her existence is, she is dependent on you. By nature she is changing, and by nature you are constant. That one reality alone is expressing as Purusha Prakriti. Purusha is the constant principle, Prakriti is the changing principle. If you want another word, Ishvara and Maya. Ishvara is the constant principle, Maya is the changing principle. And what is the change? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Ishvara is the potential, Maya is the potentiality, Purusha is the potential, Prakriti is the potentiality, Atma is the potential, mind is the potentiality. Mind is by nature changing, and Atma by nature is permanent, constant, unchanging. What do you consider yourself to be? Do you consider yourself to be the waking dream in sleeping? Do you consider to be father, mother, daughter, sister? Do you consider to be body and etc.? Then you are focused on changing and taking on different roles and losing the plot, because you have accepted those roles. Then what do you have to do? No sadhana. Just let the life continue as it is. Only shift your attention that I am the source. The self is the source. The consciousness is the source. That Purusha is the source. That Atma alone is expressing as the potentiality.
Swamiji, Mahatmas, they live like that.
Yes, yes,
So, continuously they are like that.
yeah.
Ours is we bring the attention, then we will, but we go
Yeah, but
out.
they also started like that only sometime. They also did the sadhana. You think Anusuya was born like that? She also did sadhana. You think Vishwamitra was born like that? He also did thousands of years of sadhana. Sage Vashishta did his sadhana. Markandeya Rishi did his sadhana. Everyone has did. Valmiki ji has done sadhana, and they have perfected themselves. So just wishing it is not going to happen. Then what is the sadhana? Being alert every moment. That the source, you are the source, not as the body, not as the mind, not as the witnessing consciousness. You are that one without a second. And that one without a second is beyond all language. But this is the best way. In 2 lines, she has explained everything. This is the greatness of masters. The essence of all the scriptures, she put it into 2 lines. If you can unfold it. See? So, this chapter, what was the chapter number? The Ayodhyakand concludes, and now from this point onwards, from Atri Muni and Anusuya's ashram, Ramchandraji, Sitaji, and Lakshman, they move into the depths of the forest, and therefore the next canto is called as Aranyakand, the chapter of the forest. The first was the chapter of the childhood, second was the chapter of Ayodhya, the third is going to be the chapter of the forest. And what happens in the forest? In childhood, it is all happy-go-merry. No responsibility. From there we grow up. How did we grow up? Where did we grow up? Is a very important point. Did we grow up thinking me versus you? Did we grow up stealing everyone's breakfast in the school? We used to do that. Or did we grow up in Ayodhya? Where did we grow up? Was the home environment Ayodhya? Where the parents, the ideal parents, and we can't blame parents or they are products of their circumstances, but was our mind the city of Ayodhya? Where those the tenets, the morals, the ethics that were imbibed in that mind. So did we approach a right teacher? Did we come across the right teacher so that we get the correct vision about who we are, about what the world is? Second chapter we have. First chapter was childhood. Second chapter was second canto or second chapter of the Ramayana is Ayodhyakand, where there is no war. So is there a continuous war going on within? You cannot grow. You can never get integrated if there is continuous war. And that war can be, oh my God, I got so much responsibility. Oh my God, I want to do so many things, but the cause of my no growth is my wife. The reason I'm not able to fly into the skies is because of my parents. They don't allow me to fly. We have all thought that way sometime or the other. But have we resolved and come out of that and thought correctly? So when we come to the Ayodhya Kand, if our attention is on no friction in our mind, no war going on in our mind, automatically saints and sages will start coming into our life. Automatically. They will give you instructions, they will give you guidance, they will give you whatever is required in order to grow further. To grow further, living in opulence, you cannot grow further. Very difficult. Janak Maharaj Ji was one, but you and me can't. You need to move away. You need to move away. Every youth, Ayodhyakand, every youth wants to find out what his purpose of life is. What am I here on this earth for? And he cannot find that purpose if his attention is on the outside world. Impossible. only when our attention is on the source that our purpose becomes clear. That purpose may reveal itself from within as an unstoppable push from inside to be in a particular way. And when you don't understand why it is like that, because you are self-focused, the saints, sages, masters, mahatmas come into our life and they tell us this is your purpose. They tell you that you are on the right path. Don't fight it. You don't know, but we can see where it is going to take you. And we should just trust it. Don't try to find the answer. Even God will not give you the correct answer because He allows the nature to unfold at its own pace. You understand? Ayodhyakand. Now comes, remember I told you that you can't stay in opulence and practice self mastery. You have to live in the world, but not in opulence. That's why no parent should give too much to their children. Even if you have a lot of money, keep it in the bank, live like a pauper. Live hand to mouth. Not hand to mouth, but purposely create difficulties for children. Don't let them ever come to know that whatever they want, immediately they get it. That's when sadhana begins. And not just do that, then tell them, hey, this is life is hard, man. I hope you grow up to give me a hand with the loan. And take care. These are the challenges. Prepare. And the challenge cannot be conquered by thinking about the world. All life challenges can be conquered only by going within. You practice that and guide the children also to do that. But instead we do exactly the opposite. And Aranyakand is the place, the chapter on the forest is the place where you move away from opulence and explore the possibilities. Till now you have explored the possibilities and potentialities under the guidance of teachers. Under Vishwamitra's guidance, he could kill Kharadushan, Talka. Under the guidance of Vishwamitra, he could turn stone into a woman. Under the guidance of Vishwamitra, he lifted the bow. Under the guidance of Vishwamitra, because he just accepted, he is my teacher, he is my father, he just followed. He took him to Janakpuri, he went. He told Ram, oh, lift the bow, he lifted. But now there is no teacher around. You have to fight your own battles in life. You have to fight your own battles. How long will you hold on someone's finger? All the education has been given, all the techniques, astra, shastra, everything you have learned. Now you jump into the jungle. Aranya can be jungle. That can be jungle of life, jungle of survival. You have to survive. Now whatever you have learned, you have to practice on your own. Everything will not go according to your wish, and there is no fallback. If Vishwamitra was not happy, okay, you're not happy with me, I'll go back to my father. He could have gone back, isn't it? But here there is no going back. Where will you go back to? You are on your own. And you have responsibility, wife and brother. And you are out there to explore your potential, putting everything that you have learned into action. For what? Not for personal gain. Remember this. What are we doing in this world? Only for personal gain. What is Ramchandra doing? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkratam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. He is doing it for the greater good. Nothing is personal for him. Did he know that he has to go and fight Ravana and kill Ravana? No. Then why is he in the jungle? Father sent me so. I'm just living up to the words of my father. I don't want him to, whatever he has promised, I don't want his words to go false. But in that is the hidden purpose, which he doesn't know, sages know. You flow with nature. It will take you to the right destination. It will reveal the right purpose for you. But we want to be in control. Be in control of your senses and mind, not the control of all the environment. If your mind and senses are under control, the chariot example, automatically the world comes under control. But we have got our equation totally opposite. We want to control the world, but we don't want to control our senses and mind and desires. So, with this little bit of chocolate about the next chapter, we'll dive into it in the next class. So keep this picture. As every canto comes, I'll explain. I'll take it further. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.